View the following program in its entirety with Xfinity On Demand by selecting Get Local and choosing All HS Sports. For Xfinity X1 customers, scroll over to Xfinity Services and select Get Local.
You're watching the Comcast Network. CN100, Chicago.
OPRF, great program. Coach Herster's done an amazing job there. Really turned the program into a special program. He's gotten his kids excited. They play with a lot of passion. They play with a lot of speed.
We know how good of a program they are. We know how good of a job Coach Dahl's done over there. Year in and year out, they're competitive in a tough conference against some tough opponents.
Keys to the game for us against OPRF is really limiting their quarterback. He's done a great job running the offense this year. They're very physical up front. For us, we feel we're pretty dynamic on offense right now. We've got a quarterback that can run the ball and throw the ball, and we want to spread it out and do some nice things with him.
They're a big team. We got to believe that we can fight with those guys. We got to make sure that we do what we do well. We're not going to come up with anything tricky or out of the ordinary. We're going to do what we do. So we just got to make sure that we, stick to the plan, stick to the formula, and put it all out there on Friday.
Welcome everybody to the CN100 Game of the Week. We are in Oak Park tonight for a first round 8A playoff matchup between New Trier and Oak Park River Forest. Welcome everybody, I'm Jim Blaney along with my Hall of Fame partner Jack McInerney. Cameron Smith will join us in just a little bit. And Jack, here we are in the playoffs and we are right in the middle of the 8A bracket in this game. Number 17 New Trier against number 16 Oak Park River Forest. New Trier the road team, but their two losses this year, Loyola and Maine South. Pretty good football team.
No doubt about it, and they played them both very good. They were in the ball game the entire time, there's no doubt about that. And they've gotten better since those losses.
Meanwhile, for Oak Park River Forest, their signature win of the season is a huge one. They did something that teams very rarely do, and that is win at Glenbard West.
Well, you know what? They made the crowd look good because they waited till the last 3 seconds to kick a 41-yard field goal to do that. First time in 20 years Oak Park has won in Glen Ellen, which is at Glenbard West Stadium.
3 receivers left. Keeper, McGill, boy, he has nothing to work with, but he makes something out of it. And now he's down the sideline. It is a race to the end zone, and McGill will win it. Let me tell you something, folks. He had nothing at the start. He found an opening and gone from 42 yards, and it's 13-0 New Trier.
That's what happens when you have a great athlete. And to let you know what kind of an athlete he is, in the roster, on the roster, he's listed not as a running back, not as a quarterback, as an athlete.
Yes.
But you can see right here, turn him off, and then all of a sudden it's playground. Get down the sideline. And that's not fabulous speed, but it's good speed to get into the end zone. The part that was so good wasn't the speed, but the quickness of his feet to make those moves and get him down the sideline.
Oak Park is averaging 7 yards a play so far. New Trier just 3.7. Oxenhurt drops back to pass, has some time, looks down the sideline, has a man wide open, and a great job at keeping his feet inbounds by Endre, and he's finally forced out of bounds at the Oak Park River Forest 39-yard line.
Well, Oxen got some great coverage right there by his offensive line, gave him time, and that ball just kind of hung up, or that was a touchdown waiting to happen. He just threw it high. It's almost like a punt. You can see how high he gets it. Receiver, they were in a cover 2, gets in the seam. They forgot about him. Big pickup. New Trier really needed that.
Oxenhurt under center, and the big guys do a little moving. Oxenhurt pitches, and corner of the end zone, diving for the goal line, and it is a touchdown. Run into the end zone by Donovan Perkins. Has 4 receiving touchdowns this year, and he also tacks on a rushing touchdown. New Trier needed a score desperately, and they got it.
Good job right here getting away from the inside. You can see that they were all bunched up inside. There was about 10 guys in there. Good job of getting to the edge, putting the shoulder down, getting into the end zone. That was not an easy play right there for Donovan Perkins.
McGill takes a look, fires. It's a one-on-one matchup, drops it into the hands of Shelton, and Shelton's going to be dragged down at the 33-yard line by Ethan Montgomery. 46 yards on the completion.
Well, Montgomery turned around and looked at the quarterback, and when he did that, the receiver ran right by him. You can see him right here. He got spun around. He wanted to look back to see what the quarterback was doing, and that was a fatal flaw right there. You can't do that as a defensive back. Forget the quarterback. Know where the receiver's at.
Peter Baumrock is in the backfield tonight for New Trier for the first time, and Oxenhurt goes down. For the third time tonight, sacked back at the 3-yard line. Jake Adams got in there.
And that was well set up because they gave him a look at the bottom of the screen, and they brought Adams from the top. Watch the top of the screen right there. He just delayed till that tackle got tied up with the defensive lineman. That's the whole idea. He'll wait till he gets them tied up, and then he comes through that gap. Nice job right there putting pressure on New Trier.
To view this exclusive Xfinity TV programming in its entirety, check the CN100 schedule for a list of airtimes, or view this program anytime on demand by selecting Get Local and choosing CN100. For Xfinity X1 customers, scroll over to Xfinity Services and select Get Local.